this person says, I'm seeing more opportunistic Black people in the diaspora jumping on this bandwagon, i.e., saying what appeals to white conservatives. I hear there's good money in doing that. The truth is, these debates are irrelevant to young Africans fighting for a better future. I have no idea what your bright future is, because I'm not sure I understand what a brighter future without prosperity is. So I'm not going to put words in your mouth. I'm not going to try to understand what you mean by brighter future. But for the sake of the conversation, let me just say what I mean by brighter future for Africa. And Africa cannot, our nations cannot have brighter future without prosperity. I just don't believe it. That's the premise I'm working from. So if indeed we need prosperity, who and how does prosperity get built? It gets built through entrepreneurial value creation. Entrepreneurs getting to work, building businesses, hiring people, creating jobs, and this is how we create wealth and prosperity. But for entrepreneurs to enterprise, it does not happen in a vacuum. There is such a thing as the doing business environment. Everywhere around the world, there are indexes that measure how hard or easy it is to do business anywhere in the world. And systematically, these indexes are showing what it is that I'm going through as an entrepreneur doing business on the ground, in this case, my native country of Senegal. What these indexes are showing one after the other is that it is harder to do business in almost anywhere in sub-Saharan Africa than it is anywhere in Scandinavia, per se. What this means is that African entrepreneurs have chains around their necks. They enjoy the least economic freedom in the world. And here, economic freedom not to be mixed with financial freedom. See, financial freedom is what happens ideally, usually once you have economic freedom. Economic freedom is the circumstances. It's the environment, usually the legal infrastructure and all the laws and regulations that rule the business environment. That's what economic freedom is. And it turns out that Africa is the region in the world that offers the least economic freedom to its people. For the most, 54 nations, 55 depending on how you count. So going back, a brighter future happens through a more prosperous future. For that to happen, again, we need to give entrepreneurs an enabling business environment, meaning a friendly business environment so they can build and run businesses. And when you see that out of the whole continent, only 4 African nations are in the top half of an index like the Doing Business Index ranking of the World Bank. Only 4. Rwanda, Mauritius, Zambia, Botswana. That's it. Everyone else is in the bottom half. So what I'm proposing is, can we work on making this business environment saner, better, more world-class, so that our entrepreneurs get to do what they do whenever entrepreneurs get to enjoy such environments. You know, like what our entrepreneurs get to do when they arrive in countries that actually have better business environments. I'm sure you hear about all of these, diaspora people who get to build amazing, great, big companies outside of their nations of origin. So that reality is a universal reality. All the nations who perform the best in the Doing Business Index ranking also happen to be the wealthiest. This is not a coincidence. So I'm not sure what makes such a universal fact green, yellow, white, or red. If it happens that this message of needing economic freedom, greater economic freedom, lines up with something that maybe white conservatives say, so what? What the hell do I care? What the hell do I care? If that's what's needed to build prosperity, and prosperity is what I'm after for my continent, why the hell do I care? But it happens to be a message on which we align, with maybe what you call white conservatives. And I'm not even sure what the hell that means either. Because I don't live in a world where we compartmentalize people like that. Absolutely not. And guess what? It was Deng Xiaoping who said, I don't care if the cat is black or white as long as it can catch mice. And that's exactly where I'm at. It is a universal truth that entrepreneurs need great economic freedom in order to do the magic of enterprising. Period. So what's your plan for African youth? What is your plan for a brighter Africa if it does not include greater economic freedom, which is what I'm advocating for? Unless you just looked at the title of that clip and got off on your high horse and started flinging all of these stupid insults of yours. And when you say this conversation is irrelevant to young Africans, and by the way, who cares, young Africans, old Africans, Africans to be born, baby Africans, it should matter to, you say it's irrelevant. Then I find it very strange. This conversation brought more than 20,000 comments. The video where this is on, more than 20,000 comments, and it's, I think, the third most watched Jordan Peterson video. Now, I also know that out there we have the clan of people who are like, oh, if this conversation was had in front of Jordan Peterson, then she can't be serious. She can't be taken serious. Suit yourself, knock yourself out. Clearly, this conversation does matter to a great number of people. You want to remove yourself from it, you and all the people who think that, oh, if she happens to speak to so-and-so, then it renders everything null. Again, I don't care if the cat is white or black, as long as it can catch mice. See, I'm pragmatic. Jordan Peterson is who he is. I am who I am. That day when I sat in front of him, it was to speak this message of mine, because that's all I care about. And I will say this message, I will speak about this to anyone who wants to hear about it, because this is of the greatest importance. But you don't have to participate. And I understand. But this is what I had for you. We've got work to do, guys. And this is just childish. So for those in the back, for the honestly confused people here listening, that's a message I had for you.